Opa!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited. We're opening the season of cold plant rescues, of spooky plant rescues. I know technically Halloween is over already, but the spooky weather is on full-on business out here, and it's so fun to film during this time because it always feels like I'm creating some kind of fairy tale while filming, when creating intros for you, and today won't be an exception. Today is actually gonna be extremely spooky, very foggy walk, and in the end of that walk I accidentally rescued a plant. So probably this is where I should have started this video from. So I rescued a plant. It's a flippin' tall plant. It's my husband's height, and I'm gonna show you him in a moment. Couple days, actually, it was about 5 or 4 days ago, I went ahead to walk Balu. It was very foggy, very chilly, and very quiet morning. It was close to Halloween, so the vibes were vibing this morning. I thought, let's go ahead into the woods, into the forest, and just breathe in all of that spookiness in the air. And I will take you along. I'll show you some clips from that walk. It won't be long, don't worry, but it just will give a little bit of vibe, of that. Like, you know what I'm talking about. So I'll take you on a walk, and honestly, on that walk I did not go through my neighborhood as I usually do, just in case maybe I'll find some kind of plants thrown away, near people's garbage containers and stuff like that. This was the pretty woody area. It's close to the hospital, so not many people live there, and I was so surprised to find a thrown away huge, I mean technically it's not like huge, it's just very tall, very tall plant. So let me show you how everything happened, how I found it, and then we'll jump back to this clip and I will show you how I'll try to rescue it, and the whole dealio. So let's right now go to the spooky part, to the spooky introduction. Technically, you just saw me finding this palm, this Dracaena marginata long stem. It feels like it's, I'm keep on looking in here because she's standing right here. It's a pretty long tree-like palm. I have no idea how many years this tree has. I think it's more than 5. It's pretty old Dracaena, but the problem with it is actually that the bottom of it looks like it's broken off, and somebody probably just did not want it, to go through the struggles and trying to revive it. So they just threw it away, left it on the pile of another branches and leaves, and this is where I found it. The problem with it is I don't know how long it was in there. Right now, during the nights, we already get freezing temperatures. It's chilly here in the Eastern Europe. So I'm not sure how long it was there. And honestly, after bringing it back home, it was in my bathroom for about 4 or 5 days. During the time, it lost like half of its leaves. So it shows a lot of stress. The very top of it is not looking the best. So let me quickly show you what we're working with, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing with it. Actually, there's nothing groundbreaking that I could do for it right now. There are only a couple options, and I'll show you which one I pick. But let me show you. How I'm gonna show you? Let me. Okay. There it is. Imagine me just showing. Here. Don't you see? I mean, it's almost touching the ceiling. Okay, let me show you the very top. So, as you can tell, it definitely has a cold damage. The leaves on it are not happy. I'm not even sure if the very middle of it is happy. The good thing about this plant that it doesn't have any kind of pests. Another good thing about it that it doesn't have a root ball where another bugs or pests could be hiding. This is how the bottom of it looks like. Oh gosh, I'm trying not to throw any of my plants off the shelves. This is how the top looks like. It's not the best looking bottom, so I'm gonna be cutting a piece of it off. So no pests, no bugs, but I do see a bit of damage on the stem. For example, we'll take a closer look. The wind is crazy today. If you take a closer look, there are some kind of a little like index little holes. So it doesn't look the happiest. I honestly have no clue if I will even be able to save it, even though it's been in my home for a couple days. I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll see. So right now what I want to do, I actually want to get rid of some of those sad looking leaves. They are not helping this plant at all. I'm losing my voice. Oh yeah, I can see the top is actually, of course, since the top is the freshest part of the plant, it's the most like sensitive part of the plant. And okay, how do I show you? Do you see the black out there? It looks like it's rotting, so it definitely doesn't look good. So let me get rid of some of those leaves who are definitely on the edge of extinction. And you know what? I think we're gonna, it have been rotting from the inside, and I can see Yeah, it doesn't look good. Look at it. You can see that the inside is rotting actually. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this part off. I know it does have a bunch of green leaves, but technically we don't need them to revive this plant. It's not my first Dracaena marginata rescue. If you wanna believe it or not, this is actually one of the most common plants I tend to find whenever I rescue houseplants here locally. So I actually have a full-on playlist if you haven't seen any of my houseplant rescue videos. But if you'll go through that playlist, I bet you like every 5th video is about rescuing a Dracaena marginata. So it's not my first rodeo. And to be honest, I already did a lot of trial and error with these plants, and in my opinion, the best... Do you hear the spooky wind? Oh my god. So in my opinion, the best thing to try and rescue it is to plop it into the water. I did try to root it in soil, I did try to root it in perlite, I think, but always the best thing that works for me is actually simply rooting it in water. So let me quickly cut it in pieces, plop it into the water, and then I can actually show you one of my most recent rescues. Another Dracaena marginata that right now is actually thriving. She is so happy. Let me show you where I want to cut it. So since we see that there is some browning, right, I want to go a little bit lower than that. Okay, it doesn't look horrible. It looks white, but I can see a little bit of yellowing. So this tells me that, okay, you know what, maybe just one more. Do you see it? Like so. Okay. The white is not completely white, so that worries me a bit, but we're gonna give it a go. The most sad part about this is not that it looks like this right now, just give it some time, give it some grace, but the saddest part is that this is a very long looking tree, and there's no way I can rescue it this long. So, oh my gosh, the bottom is actually looking like a real tree trunk. But you know what, we're gonna go ahead and cut off that bottom part because, oh, it's so juicy actually. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think we need a saw over here. God dang it. Oh my. Okay. That scared the shizzle out of me. Okay, I still see green, I still see juice in it, so it does look promising. Okay, that's good. That was thick stem. It's actually interesting that if you'll take a closer look, you'll see the inside little circle, like the heart of this trunk is kind of on the side. You're weird. Okay, so right now we have, oh my gosh, how do we even do it? Okay, I put it almost on the ground. I want to touch, you know, the fresh wound, and it still reaches the very top of my shelf. Yep, it's going up there. So how many pieces do we do? You know what, let's first cut it in half and move on from there. The half seems to be somewhere here. Let's see how great my eye is for cutting things in half. Where do I even hold it? Wait, I'm gonna hold the bottom part with my knees. Okay. Let's see if this is definitely a half. Oh my gosh, guys. I have a perfect ratio. Look at this. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. I did not expect to cut it in perfect halves. It's almost perfect, like, come on. Come on. Come on. Awesome. You know what, technically, would it be crazy? Would it be crazy to plop them just like that? Decisions. Honestly, if I would cut them in 4 pieces, there would be like double, twice. I just said the same thing twice. It would be way more chance to save some of these, because technically, since this part is very woody, it will be extremely difficult for it to push out the roots. and I'm definitely not sure about it. So you know what? We're gonna cut it. You know what? Let's cut it in 3 pieces. So the very top, we can leave it as it is, right? I'll plop it in the water. Nope, we're boiling, okay? Oh my gosh. This is some risky business right here. Okay, it's staying. And this one I'll cut in half once again. So we'll have 3 pieces and 3 chances to rescue. Oh my gosh, okay, this one. Oh my gosh. It's happening again. Okay. When I tell you, I almost perfectly cut it again. Again. Wow, okay. So I have these 3 pieces. This is how we're looking so far. I think this is definitely not where I'm gonna be finished this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna put it somewhere close to the grow lights and see what happens. Honestly, I could go ahead and plop it into the rooting hormone, but I feel like for now we can work simply with water. And another thing that I noticed with Dracaenas marginatas, that when you try to root them in water, sometimes they tend to have this little jello looking consistency around the trunks because, I don't know, science. I have no answer for you why they does that, but every single time, almost every single time they do that. And sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. I probably need to do a little bit more research on that, but I actually had another Dracaena that I mentioned in the middle of this video that I rescued, and it also had this jello consistency around the trunk, but it still managed to just give so many roots out. I actually kept it in water for about 2 months. It grew me beautiful, nice, white noodle looking roots. Then I potted up into the soil, and you still can see the roots want to come from the very top of the soil layer. So this tree is so happy. It keeps on growing, and let me quickly show you what the heck am I talking about. Alright guys, it's a little bit dusty because it is standing in my kitchen, and you know, whenever we have plants in the kitchen, you probably noticed if you have any that they tend to get that little dirt from cooking on their leaves. So I'm a little bit behind on cleaning the leaves on this thing, but here's another Dracaena marginata that I rescued, I think, in the very beginning of this spring. And I once again have a full-on video about it, how I rescued, how I reported it, and you can see how many new leaves it gave me. It is growing on a pretty interesting pattern because it just goes like snake almost. This is the way it looked when I rescued actually, but the very top of the plant is all me that grew in my care, like from here. This is where it started to grow in my care, and you know, not only working on roots actually. Talking about roots, when I picked this thing up, this is the first time I picked it, and after potting it up probably, let's be honest. So it was the first time I picked it up to show you guys. And what I noticed that yes, we did lose a couple leaves from the bottom, but this is very normal for the Dracaenas to do. But if you can see, the leaves are very stiff actually, and this shows that it's fully watered, it's very happy. The very top of it looks so healthy. So what I wanted to say, what I noticed is actually that it already needs a repot. Look at those flipping roots, and I had a mesh in the very bottom, so it's gonna be challenging to take it out of the spot. And honestly, when I started to plant plants with mesh, I felt like, oh my gosh, this is such like a world-changing thing to put in the bottom of your pot. There's no so much soil spillage. But when I tell you that I have a bunch of plants that just grew flipping roots through that mesh, and it's almost impossible to get it out without, you know, losing the roots. So right now, I'm not so sure if I want to proceed with that mesh thing in the bottom. Definitely not, probably not. But yeah, very happy, another rescue story. So hopefully this is gonna be very same happy rescue story with that plant as well, because it's actually pretty cute. I know it's not nothing too crazy or, you know, very rare or stuff like that, but it has such a cool story. I rescued it together with Baloo, and we had a lot of fun, you know, I had a lot of fun watching it grow the roots, especially because there were so many of them. It looked so cool, almost like Chinese food. And it's very happy. It is very happy. It needs a repot. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me for now put it. Feels so wrong putting it on that like chunk of roots. But anyway, you know what? It's like in my face. Alright guys, this is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sure, I'm actually pre-filming this video, so before the uploading I will give you a little update on how the right now rescued Rosina is looking like. I probably will insert the footage right over here on top so you can see how it's doing. I'm not sure, but hopefully it's doing okay. There you go, this is how we're doing. I'm filming this on the 2nd of November, 2nd day of November, so you see how many days have passed since then and how we're doing. Fingers crossed she will survive, even though judging by the leaves and all of the cold damage, possible cold damage, I'm 50-50. Will be able to rescue it or not. In any case, I will know that I tried and did my best about it. But you know, life is life. Sometimes you don't rescue plants on time and that's okay. I still feel good that I did try to do so. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun to have unplanned houseplant rescue videos here and there in my channel, so let me know if you still enjoy them. Let's chat in the comments. How do you feel about this rescue? Maybe you have any tips or tricks for me. Like this video, subscribe for more upcoming videos, more updates on other houseplant rescues, and before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. You know what, since we are filming this in November, let me teach you how to say November in Lithuanian and in Russian. If you want to say November in Lithuanian, you need to say lapkritis. Once again, lapkritis. If you want to say November in Russian, you need to say noyabr. Once again, noyabr. Fun fact, a lot of Russian words are coming from English words, which honestly, I need to look into the history why it is so. For example, months are almost the same in English as it is in Russian. For example, October is Oktyabr, or December is called Dekabr. Fun fact. But anywho, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!